My name is Kaunda Kenneth. I'm a technologist in Highways Lab. We want to carry out the experiment on bitumen, known as the softening point of bitumen. Now, just like other substances that have definite melting points, like water, at 0 degrees, it melts. Bitumen is rather a different type of substance, and therefore the experiment that is used to actually determine the softening point is the ring and ball apparatus. So the ring and ball apparatus has been used, and this experiment has got a frame which we have here. It has got a ring, and just like the name suggests, the ring and ball, we have a ring. This is the ring we are talking about, and we have the ball. So when doing this experiment, a disc of bitumen is used. For our experiment, we are using the straight run type of bitumen. So a bitumen is placed inside the disc. Like in this case, we have a ring that has got a bitumen placed inside. So the ring already has got a bitumen placed. And well, of course, we have the guide. The guide is is made in such a way that it has got 3 hooks that centers the ball. So using our sample that has got a ring and bitumen placed, we are expected to place the ball with the help of the guide into the frame. And well, of course, we are doing that in 2 sets. So that our frame has got 2 specimens of bitumen placed in 2 rings. So the frame is made in such a way that the distance between the top rack and the bottom is 25 millimeters. So we are expected after that to place it into a beaker that is having water. Now, in a situation whereby you have your bitumen material having a very high softening point, you are expected to use another material that is now not water, the glycerin. So with this setup, we are expected to provide a source of heat that is going to heat our beaker, heat into water sample, and the water sample will heat into our bitumen placed inside the ring. Now, with the weight of the ball, as the bitumen keeps on getting the heat, it becomes soft and then starts melting. So as it melts, the weight of the ball will push the bitumen downward, forming a bulb. So in the experiment, we are expected to get the temperature at which the ball will fall from the lower frame to the bottom frame for the two setup. And it should be in such a way that the difference in temperature should not be more than 1 degree centigrade. If there is a variance in temperature of more than 1 degree centigrade, then you are expected to repeat the experiment. Now, on the experiment also, we have our thermometer in which we are going to record the temperature at which the ball pushes the disc of bitumen from the top frame to the bottom frame. In other words, the temperature at which this ball will force itself into the softened bitumen to move from this top frame to the bottom. So at that temperature, it will give us the softening point of this type of bitumen. So our source of heat is here, and we are starting the experiment by heating. So we are going to give it time. So at the point we will see the bitumen pushed by the iron ball to the bottom frame, we will record that temperature. Now that temperature is going to be our softening point of this bitumen. So this experiment at least guides the engineer based on the temperature of the construction regions, on the type of bitumen or binder to use for road construction on a given type of environment. So we are going to wait and see what happens as the temperature of the water keeps on increasing to soften the bitumen. Now we also note that during the heating should also be systematic. Yeah? It should be increasing gradually at maybe 5 degrees centigrade per minute. You should not subject this experiment to a sudden heating. So it should be gradual heating. And well, of course, the higher the softening point, the lesser the sensitivity of the bitumen. As the heating continues, you can see there is a bulb forming, an envelope forming. You can see. So we are going to determine that temperature at which the ball now hits the lower frame. And of course, we should be having two setup of the experiment. So that is the temperature. So in this case, we are talking about 60 degrees. Our softening point for this experiment is that temperature at which the ball pushes the softened bitumen to hit the lower frame. So at that temperature, we record. And when you have your two setups, the difference between fall of one ring and the other, the bitumen in one ring and the other should not be more than 1 degree centigrade. Should there be that higher variance, then you are expected to repeat the experiment.